Algebra 2, Lesson 43, Sine, Cosine, and Tangent, and Inverse Functions. You're all probably clapping for joy right now because you finally get to use a calculator. And we can solve all these with a calculator, and they should be solved with a calculator. You can do them using traditional math. It's just very difficult, and then you'd also have to chart out different things. So we're going to be using calculators from now on these problems, only on these trigonometric problems. Everything else you should be able to continue solving without your calculator. Okay, so starting with practice A. They tell us to use a calculator to evaluate 4 times the cosine of 75.8. I have a Texas Instruments calculator. This one's actually really old. Might have been the one I used in high school. Can't remember. But this is the one I recommend. I also have a Casio somewhere. I just can't find it today. So I might redo this video and show you how to do it on both of them. But on the Texas Instruments, it's very, very easy. All you have to do is just type out the problem as you see it on the page. So we have to do 4 cosine of 78.5. So I'm going to start by putting 4. I'm going to press the cosine button. Then I'm going to put 78.5. And then I have to push this right parenthesis button to finish the problem. From there I hit enter, and it gives me my answer. Now we don't have to put all those decimals. We're just going to round to the first 2 decimals. So the answer for this first problem is 0.98 because 1 rounds 8 down. Next, problem B, 6 times the sine of 37.42. Again, same thing on the calculator. Just going to press 6. Press the sine button. Type in the degrees, 37.42. Hit my end parenthesis, enter. And I get the answer 3.65. And I'm rounding that 4 up to 5 because the following number 5 rounds it up. So that would be 3.65 for your final answer. Now let's go on to C, D, and E. It says for these triangles we have to find the cosine of C, D, and E. Hold on, let me see if I can make this focus a little bit clearer. It's probably about the same. Hopefully it's a little bit better. Okay, so starting with C, I have to find the sine of C. If you remember your trigonometric identities, which you need to memorize, of SOHCAHTOA, sine, S-O-H, is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. So the opposite of angle C is 3.61, so I'm going to type in 3.61, and then I'm going to divide it by the hypotenuse of 7.52. Hit enter, and that's the degrees I'm dealing with, or that's the sine. So the sine would be 0.48. Moving on to D, we have to find the cosine of D. Again, SOHCAHTOA, ka is C-A-H, so it's going to be adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent number being 3.63, hypotenuse being 4.76. So I just take 3.63, divide it by 4.76, and my answer is 0.76. Lastly, the tangent of E. TOA is opposite over adjacent, opposite being 8.73, adjacent 11.30. So 8.73 divided by 11.0, I'm sorry, no, let's go back, 0.30 equals 0.77. Alright, so those are pretty easy. The last one, which is the only one that can be kind of confusing, is finding the angle whose tangent is 0.405. So what we're going to do here is we're going to hit the second, or I think on Casio calculators it's the shift button, so I hit second, and then I hit tangent. That gives me tangent -1, or the inverse. And then I'm going to type in the number 0.405, hit the end parenthesis, enter, and the angle is 22.05 degrees. When you're doing all these problems, just round everything out to the hundredths place. Now for G, we have to find the angle whose sine is 0.794. So again, we're going to hit our second or our shift button, sine. That'll give us sine of -1. Then we type in our value, 0.794, end parenthesis, enter. The angle is 52.56 degrees. And it's that simple. So have fun using your calculators, and if I get a chance, maybe I'll put up another video for the Casio version if you have the Casio calculator. And if you have any other types of calculators, just feel free to ask me before or after class. I'll show you how to use it.